Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Sir, just watch your step as you're going up to the witness stand. Once you get up there, if you can put your left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, once you're comfortable and seated, can you state your full name for the record and spell your last name, please?
Yes, it's Kevin, and the last name Redmond, R-E-D-M-O-N-D.
All right, thank you. Prosecutor?
Thank you, Judge. Good afternoon, officer.
How you doing today?
Are you currently employed?
I'm retired.
Okay, when did you retire?
I retired November of this year.
And where did you retire from?
Ocean Township Police Department.
What did you do there?
Police officer,
What was your title?
just patrolman.
Now, how long have you been a police officer for in total?
21 years.
Can you tell us take us through the trajectory of your law enforcement career?
Sure, I was hired in '03 at Fort Monmouth Fort Monmouth Police Department. I went to Federal Law Enforcement Training Center, and then I was hired in 2005 at Ocean Township.
Okay. And did you have to go to the police academy?
Yes, for Monmouth County Police Academy for Ocean Township.
Okay. I want to draw your attention back to Tuesday, November 20th of 2018. Do you recall that date?
Yes.
Okay. Were you working?
Yes, I was.
What shift were you working?
7 p. to 7 a.m.
How were you dressed?
Patrol uniform,
And what were you driving?
mark patrol.
Right. I want to draw your attention to about 5:02 a.m. on that morning. What, if anything, happened at that time?
I was dispatched for a smoke condition in the basement
In the basement of where?
of the residence at 27 Tilton Drive.
So you were dispatched to 27 Tilton Drive?
Correct.
Is that in Ocean Township?
Yes, it is.
Okay. If you know, how did that call first come in?
I came into county, I believe at 4:59, and then dispatched at 5:02 to patrols.
So what time did you arrive at 27 Tilton Drive?
Probably minutes later.
When you arrived, was there anybody else on scene?
Yes, the homeowners.
Okay. When you say the homeowners, who was that?
That was it was Paul, Suzanne, their two daughters, Caitlin and Marissa.
Okay. And did you learn their last name at some point?
Caneiro, yes.
Okay. So when you arrived, you indicated that the homeowners were on scene. Was anybody else on scene?
Yes.
Who was that?
The firefighter Chris Sorrentino had arrived just moments before me.
When you say moments before you, when he arrived, do you recall where he was?
Yes, he pulled up, I believe right in front of me from when we
Okay.
to the residence at 27.
Got it. Where did you park?
I parked towards the south on Tilton Drive, just past the residence.
Okay, so if you're facing the house, south would be which way?
If I was facing the house, I was to the right.
Okay. And where did firefighter Sorrentino park?
He pulled in towards the front of the residence, facing south.
Do you remember which side of the street he parked on?
I believe he was on the left side.
What kind of vehicle was he driving?
I'm not sure at that time.
And do you recall how he was dressed?
Plain clothes. Came from his residence.
What was the first thing that you did when you arrived on scene?
I spoke to the homeowners to make sure everyone was out of the residence.
And was there any response?
They said yes.
Okay. And the homeowners specifically, I know you said they were across the street, but specifically where were they?
Directly across the street from 27 Tilton.
Were they
They were facing south.
in a car, outside of a car, or something else?
They were in a car.
Okay. And when you say you spoke to them, what did you say to them?
I just asked if everyone was out of the residence, and they said yes.
Were you able to see specifically who was in the car at that point?
No, I did not.
When you first spoke to the homeowners on scene when they were across the street in the car, was Patrolman Marino on scene at that point?
No, he was not.
When did he arrive?
He arrived a short time later, probably within minutes of me.
Now, did the homeowners stay where they were when you first saw them, or did they move at some point?
They moved further south. They were on Tilton Drive. They were facing their residence, but south of their residence.
Okay. And do you know, like, why they moved?
Just to have probably more room for the firefighters to set up their trucks.
Just to be, were they asked to move
Yes, they were.
by one of the officers?
By Marino, yes.
What were your initial observations when you first arrived on scene?
That there was smoke and fire coming from the southeast corner of the residence.
Okay, and you say the southeast corner, where would that?
That would be, if you were looking at the house, it would be the far right.
What, if any, further observations did you make of that area?
That just that there was a lot of smoke and fire. From there, I walked up toward the southeast corner where firefighter Chris Sorrentino was. He was trying to extinguish the fire with, there were water extinguishers, not the chemical kind.
Do you recall what the fire looked like at that point, or how high or low it was?
It was rolling from the basement all the way up to the soffit, to the roof.
When you were making these observations that morning, were you wearing a body-worn camera?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Was it activated?
It was not.
Okay. Why not?
I forgot to activate it just due to the actions of what was going on.
Did you later activate it at any
Yes, I
point on
did.
scene? Do you remember, like, about how long?
I don't recall.
Okay. Now, while you were making these observations, and just correct me if I'm wrong, did you indicate you were over near the fire?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Were any other officers standing near you?
Charles Wilkowski was
Okay.
standing next to me.
Do you know if he was wearing a body-worn camera?
Yes, he was.
Do you know if it was activated?
Exactly.
Okay. Did you have the opportunity to watch his body-worn camera prior to today?
Yes.
And what you watched on there, did that capture the observations that you initially made when you were standing next to him over by where the fire was?
Yes, it did.
And when you reviewed it, was it a fair and accurate depiction of that? Yes,
It was.
Okay. I'm showing council S76. Sir, I'm showing you what's been marked as S76.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you if you recognize that.
Yes, it's the body-worn camera
Of who?
of Charles Wilkowski.
Okay. Judge, the state would seek permission to publish, this is specifically 76A, it would be clip 1, 12 seconds to 27 seconds.
Any objection?
No. Pause it. Okay, who was that?
That's myself.
That's you, okay.
Yes.
And just tell us what side of the house you're on.
This is the southeast corner of the residence, if you were looking at the house.
Thank you. For the record, it's timestamp 3 seconds. Okay, thank you. Who is that?
That's Chris Sorrentino, firefighter.
Thank you. Now, are there other portions of Officer Wienkowski's body-worn camera that you watched?
Yes.
And did those portions capture yourself and observations that you made while you were standing near him that morning?
Yes, it did.
And did you had the opportunity to watch those prior to today?
Yes, I have.
Right, so we left off with you standing near the southeast corner of the house.
Right.
What happened after that? Where did you go?
I walked, I was looking for a fire hose, so I walked over through the backyard to a fence that led to the garage on the north side of the residence. I found a fire hose, I should say fire hose, a garden hose, but it had been winterized, and that was towards the back of the residence. It was located off the garage.
Why were you looking for the hose?
That was to help to suppress the fire.
Okay. When you went to look for the hose, so you were just looking at the body-worn camera, can you indicate which way you went?
I would walk around through the backyard of where it was at, of the fire, towards the front of the house.
And I didn't hear you. Did you find a hose or no?
Yes, we did find a hose, yes, but it was winterized already. It had been turned off.
Okay. When you walked back there initially to find the hose, was Officer Wienkowski near you at that point?
It was not, no.
Okay. Where do you go after you walk through the backyard and find the hose that's winterized?
I walked through the gate, which leads to the garage doors, into the driveway that leads out to Tilton Drive.
When you get over to the driveway, what, if any, observations did you make?
I noticed that the garage doors started opening, and I saw there was a small fire inside the garage.
When you're facing the garage, let me ask, how many doors are there to the garage?
There's 2 doors.
Okay, so 2 bays?
Yes.
Okay, when you first arrived at the garage, what was the condition of those doors?
They were closed.
Okay, when you say, you indicated a door opened?
Yes,
Which
they
one are
opened.
you referring to if
To
you're
the
facing?
left side door. Actually, they ended up both opening, but the left side opened first.
Okay. They ended up both opening at that point or earlier? Okay, so that it opened. And what did you observe when that door opened?
There was a small fire within the track of the left side garage bay.
Now, after that, do any officers come over near you?
Yes, Charles Winkowski.
Okay. And when he arrives near you, what, if anything, happens?
I had him, he had a handheld fire extinguisher, and he helped put out the fire that was there.
Were there any other observations that you made of that area after the fire was put out?
Yes, I found a gas can that had the burnt nozzle on it, and there was a white Porsche Macan that was in the driveway that had burn marks on it.
The white Porsche Macan, can you explain where that was located in relation to the garage bays doors?
That was parked in front of the left bay garage door.
Were those observations that you made over there, including the fire that you saw, was that captured on Patrolman Wankowski's body-worn camera?
Yes, it was.
When you watched it, did it fairly and accurately depict those observations?
Yes, it did.
At this time, the state would seek to play 76B. It's going to be timestamp 310 to 345.
Any objection? Okay.
Where are you located?
I'm located right there in front
Can you
of
pause
the
it,
garage
please?
bay.
Okay, so just to be clear, were you already standing there at that point that Patrolman Wankowski comes over and walks near you?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, and that was timestamp 9 seconds. Who has the fire extinguisher?
That was Charles Winkowski.
What is the flashlight? What did that just shine on?
That one shined on the Porsche that was there.
Okay, can we just go back a little bit? I'm sorry, I think I should have asked to pause it. Hi. Pause it? This is timestamp 29 seconds. What are we looking at
That's
here?
the gas can that I found that has the burnt nozzle on it.
Okay, thank you. So play all the way through? Okay. After you made your observations that we just observed of the gas can, excuse me, did you notice anything else about that particular area?
That area now I don't.
Okay, did you make any observations about the garage door afterwards?
Just that the garage door they were an automatic, so someone had to push the button for the doors to open. They weren't a manual to lift from the exterior.
Did the doors stay open or?
Yes, they did.
Okay. Who, if anyone, did you notify regarding the observations that we just observed and that you made at the garage
That
area?
was Sergeant Malone. That was my shift supervisor.
Okay. Now, at that point, or shortly thereafter, was anyone else arriving on scene?
Yes, other patrolmen.
Other patrolmen, okay. At some point, do fire personnel and firefighters arrive?
Yes, they do.
Okay, do you remember about how long afterwards?
I don't know. After Probably within 5-10 minutes of the call, I would assume.
Now, subsequent to you making those observations, did there come a time when you spoke with the Caneiros, the homeowners?
Yes.
Okay. About how much time passed between the time you made those observations and spoke with the homeowners?
I would say approximately 15 minutes.
Okay. And where were they located when you spoke with them?
They were further down on Tilton Drive, facing north.
Okay. Were any other officers with you when you spoke with them?
Charles Winkowski was with me.
Okay. And what was your purpose in speaking with them?
We were to find out who was in the residence that evening.
Did you speak with them at that point?
Yes, we did.
Can you tell us about that, how that took place?
So we talked, we ended up speaking to them. They were standing outside the vehicle, and then the homeowner came over, and I explained to the homeowners about the fire that I saw, and Paul responded to me when I asked him about the gas can, or where he keeps his gas cans. He stated that he keeps them in the shed that's located on the property.
And was there in fact a shed on the property?
Yes.
Okay, and did you later go over to that shed at some point?
Yes, we did.
Okay, and did you make observations about the shed?
Yes, I looked through the window of the shed, and there was numerous red gas cans there.
Okay. I'm gonna get to that. I just I wanna ask you first. Were the conversations that you had with Mr. Caneiro captured on Officer Winkowski's body-worn camera?
Yes, they were.
Okay. And were they fair and accurate?
Yes, they were.
Judge, at this time, the state would seek to pass out transcript S-77 and, I'm sorry, S-77 and play S-76C, which is the body-worn camera clip 15 minutes to 16 minutes and 36 seconds.
Any objection?
No.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, remember what I said before as it relates to transcripts. We give you that as an aid. It's not something that, if you disagree with whatever the transcript says, you're going to rely upon what you hear on the screen. Okay. All right. Thank you. We're going to hand those out now.
Judge, may I approach?
Sure. Thank you.
Right now, I think the transcripts have all been handed out.
Yep. Go ahead.
Officer, can you just tell us our vantage point at this, what we're looking at?
Okay, so we're looking at the homeowner's vehicle, which is now parked further down the street. If you're looking at the residence, it's further to the right, and it's parked on the same side as the residence, but facing north.
Thank you. That was timestamp 3 seconds.
Hey, how you doing? You all right?
Sorry, Judge, can we have these lights out? It's hard to see, there's a glare on this.
It's in the back, please. This place was dark before.
And one light was on before for some reason, I don't know.
Okay, I guess I can't.
Might be an ADO.
Can you see it, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Go ahead.
You got this yourself.
Who are we looking at on the screen.
This is Suzanne that's being spoken to, and Caitlin is to the right, and then Paul is to the left.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. You guys are safe. You guys are good. You guys are good health. The house was rebuilt. You know, that's the main thing is that you guys are right here. I'm sorry where it's at. I got it. That was the first one. Whose room is on that back side? Yours. The fire alarm start going off first and everything? It pisses you off, I hope next time it doesn't work like that. In reality, you're like, thank God it actually doesn't work.
Officer, after you had this conversation, who did you speak to?
To my sergeant, Jeff Malone.
And without telling us anything that was said, what, if anything, did you show your sergeant?
I showed him where the gas can was located that was burnt,
Okay.
and where the fire was.
You went back over to the garage area?
Correct.
Okay. After you showed him that area, where did you go?
I went from there, I went to the back shed, and I peered through the front window, and then red gas cans, there was numerous ones inside the shed.
Okay. Do you remember how many gas cans there were in the shed?
I would say at least 5.
Okay. Later on, do you show any other officers the
Yeah,
gas cans?
Detective Christopher Brady.
And what, if any, other observations did you make over by the shed?
That there was 2 blueprints. One was on like a blue paver stone, and another one was on like a ramp that goes to the back door of the shed.
What, if any, efforts were made to preserve the boot prints?
Yeah, there was. We tried to cover them, but it did not work.
What do you mean by that?
They were wet footprints, so as they were covered,
Now, while you were on scene that morning, what, if anything, was collected from the garage area?
there was a DVR that was located on top of the refrigerator that had surveillance footage.
Did you have a role in?
I just assisted with it, of them trying to retrieve it.
Eventually, was the Ocean Township on-call detective called at some point that morning?
Yes, that was Christopher Brady.
Okay, when he arrived, did you speak with him?
Yeah, I informed them of what I found so far, and what was going on.
And again, without telling me anything that anyone said, what did you and he do?
We checked the shed and found that the back door for the shed was unlocked. We opened it up, found where the gas cans were, and there was an empty spot where a gas can used to be. Here.
What, if any, other agencies arrived on scene that morning?
Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office, the Forensics Unit, Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office was advised of it, and Monmouth County Fire, I should say, Marshal responded also.
How long were you on scene for?
So about 7 o'clock, or 7 p.m. I should say, or a.m.
I'm going to show you what has been marked, and I'll show council first. Is S1A slide 6. Officer, do you recognize this photo?
Yes,
Okay, and what are we looking at here?
that's the driveway for the residence, 27 Tilton.
Okay. Judge, permission to publish?
Any objection? Okay.
Officer, I just want to be clear. When you indicated earlier that you arrived into that area from around the back, like, can you just show us how you came over there after you looked for the garden hose?
Yes, right through the, there's a gate that's in between the hedges and the corner of the residence, behind the porches.
So you did you go all the way around the back of the house? And then
Yes, I
right
did.
through
I walked through the backyard.
Okay, and where were you when you saw that garage door open up?
I was standing pretty much at the corner of the residence.
And where was Mr. Caneiro located at that point?
He was, at that time, he either was across the street or he had already been moved south of there.
Okay, so you're not sure where the car was
So I
located?
don't know, yes.
Okay. That morning, did you make any observations about any fixtures on the house?
Yes, there were security cameras.
Do you see them in this picture?
Yes. They're in the front right corner of the residence.
Is that the only one you observed, or were there others?
There were others around the residence.
Do you recall where around the residence?
I do not know. I know they were around the front when we were originally looking at it.
Okay. Can you, the camera that you see, can you just put a circle around it?
Sure. There's also back left one.
Okay. Can we please preserve this?
Yeah, it'll be S1A, slide 6.1.
Thank you. You could take that down once they print it. And then if you could just, I don't know if you know how to erase that on the screen.
I do not. Yeah.
Thank you. I have no
Sure.
further questions.
Cross?
Hi, officer. Sorry. Good afternoon. You mentioned that you were retired.
Yes.
At the time that this happened in 2018, how long had you been a police officer?
At the time, I was hired in 2005 at Ocean Township, so
13
13 years roughly.
And you didn't work as a police officer prior to that anywhere else?
I did, yeah, at Fort Monmouth. I was there for 18 months,
A year and a half.
about a year and a half.
Okay,
yes.
so we're approaching 15 years or so by the time
Correct.
this happened. And I want to get a better understanding of like what exactly you did when you arrived on scene. So you testified that you what time did you receive the call to respond to the scene the same time all of the other officers received the call?
Yes,
And that was at like 5:02.
correct, yes.
And that was through dispatch, right?
Yes, it was dispatched.
And you were the first patrol officer on scene.
Correct, yes.
Right? And you arrived like literally moments after Chris Sorrentino?
I would say so, yeah, about that.
Okay, very close in time.
Correct,
And you were in a patrol car?
yes.
And you said you don't remember the car he had, right?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you which, either SUV or a pickup truck, that's what they usually use.
Okay. And so you arrive on scene with Chris Sorrentino approximately at the same time as Chris Sorrentino.
Correct.
And the first thing you do is what?
I asked the homeowners if everyone was out of the residence.
Before you do that, do you go to the rear of the house?
No, I did not.
No. And so the very first thing you do is you just go up to the car that's parked in the street.
It's a street, yes, that's
And
correct.
that has the Caneiros in it, right?
Correct, yes.
And that's like a white SUV Porsche?
Yes, it was.
Okay. And the purpose of speaking to them at that point was just to make sure everyone was out of the house?
That's correct, yes.
Okay. And was that a brief conversation?
It was very brief, yes.
And after that, did you then go to the back of the house with Chris Sorrentino?
Yes, it did, yeah.
Okay. And so the two of you go to, did you ever approach the front of the house or no?
I did not know.
Like the front door area?
No.
So you and Chris Sorrentino, so you go to the car, you speak with the Caneiros, then you and Chris go around to the back of the house together.
Correct.
And when you do that, you are doing what?
At that time, I was just looking where the fire was coming from.
Okay.
And he was at the time going to go and use the water cans, try to suppress the fire.
And where exactly have you walked through the gate now? Is that what we saw on the body worn
Yes.
camera? Can we actually, can we bring that up? It was S76A. Do you mind if that was a really short clip. Can we just? We could just pause it for 1 second. So that's you on screen, right?
Correct, yes.
And this means that when is it Wenkowski?
Kowski, yes.
He's here now, right?
Correct, he's right
So
behind
he's
me.
already on scene.
Yes.
Within a couple minutes of you being there?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay. Because the only thing you've done so far is you parked, got out of your car, walked over to the Caneiro, spoke to them briefly, and now you're walking around with Chris Sorrentino and with Wenkowski, right?
That is correct.
Okay. And you're walking through that's a gate, correct?
Yes, it's a gate to the backyard.
It's a gate to the back to go into the backyard area.
Yes.
Okay, can we play it again? We pause it. Now that's Chris Sorrentino, right?
Yes.
He's in plain clothes.
Yes, he
He's
is.
wearing like a hoodie,
Yes.
but he doesn't have a baseball cap, right?
No.
Okay. Can we keep playing it? Okay. Now at the very end of that clip, it looks like Wenkowski is going back down the driveway, right?
Yes.
But you keep going around the back. Well, first, I don't want it. I want you to tell me. You're in the backyard area now, right?
Yes.
With Chris Sorrentino.
Correct.
And what are the two of you doing?
Chris is now going to start suppressing the fire with the fire extinguishers, and I walk around the back. There's like a patio you can kind of see. I walked around that to try to see if there was a hose.
Okay. And when you, before you walked around the back, while Chris Sorrentino is trying to extinguish I mean, obviously, he only had like a handheld extinguisher,
Extinguisher,
right?
yeah,
You were gonna need more than that.
Correct, yes.
But he was trying to do what he could do at the time. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay. And how long would you say you stood there with Chris Sorrentino before you continued around the backyard?
I would say a couple seconds. Once, I saw that he was using the fire extinguishers. That's when I walked around looking for the fire hose.
So
Or I should say fire hose, the garden hose.
just a few seconds is what you're saying?
I'm going to say roughly, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Can we have, if you don't mind, is this 1-14? S1A14. S1A14. Oh, is that okay? Now this is a photograph that was taken after the fire is out, right? Obviously, the fire was still going when you were there at first.
Correct, yes.
And it's daylight here, but when you arrived on scene, we saw in the video, it was very dark out, right?
Very, yes.
But do you recognize this back, area that you just referenced?
Yes.
So, the area that's like the darkest, right? That's, when you we can see the gate in the photo, right?
Correct, yes.
That's all the way to the left. I'm
Yes,
gonna
it is.
point here at the left of the photo. For the record, I'm just like pretty much midway down at the very end. This is the gate here, you agree?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and then, this area here, is this where Chris Sorrentino and you were initially?
Yes, it was.
And this is where he was with the fire hydrant?
Yes.
You then keep going this way,
Correct.
around the back
Around
of the
the back.
house?
Yes, around the deck.
Okay, thank you. And you keep going, and eventually you find a hose.
Yes, a garden hose.
And the garden hose, you were hoping you could use to help with the fire,
Correct,
but it
yes.
had already been winterized.
Yes.
So it was useless?
Useless, yes, it was turned off.
Okay. After you find the garden hose, then what do you do?
I walked over to the corner outside, meaning that goes outside the gate, which was on the other photo.
Yes, can we put up 15A, S1A 15? This is a we're looking at S1A 15. You continue to recognize this as the back of Mr. Paul Caneiro's house?
Yes,
And that's, we saw like, that's the deck, right?
Correct.
But now we can see more of it on the right side of it.
yes,
And specifically, I'm just going to point here, this area, for the record, I'm halfway down the screen and all the way to the right. There's a second gate on this side,
yes,
right? And these are the Porsche cars in the driveway?
correct.
And that's because like the garage is this lower part here?
That's correct.
Or, is that right?
That is correct.
Okay. So you're walking through that gate.
Yes,
Is that what you're doing?
correct.
Okay. And then you end up at the garage.
Yes,
And Winkowski, he is with you the whole time, or he meets back up with you
he
there?
meets back up with me probably moments later.
Moments later. So he's going around like the front?
Yes, he must have went back to his patrol car because he didn't have a fire extinguisher at the time. So he must have went back to get a fire extinguisher, and he came back to the front of the residence, through the front of the residence, through the driveway, and then up to where I was at.
Okay. So if I'm understanding you correctly, you're saying at the time that you separated with Winkowski initially, which we saw at the tail end of that body-worn clip where you're
Right.
coming through the gate on the other side, he did not have a fire extinguisher.
No, I
Okay.
think so, no.
So you walk around the back, you go through that gate, and by the time Winkowski comes up with you, he now has a fire extinguisher.
Yes, he does.
So you're surmising he retrieved it.
Correct.
Okay. Now, everything that I've stated so far, right? Just to recap, you arrive on scene, you speak with the Caneiros, you come around the fire side of the house, go through the gate. You're there for a few moments while Chris Sorrentino is putting the fire out. You continue to walk around, and then you end up at the garage and meet back up with Winkowski with the fire extinguisher. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay. Are we missing anything that happened in between, or is that
No,
best of
that's-
your recollection
that's
exactly
my
what happened?
recollection, yeah, that's-
Okay. So at no point in time were you in the driveway on this side? Is that Marilyn Klein's driveway? Are you familiar with it?
I don't know who she is.
Okay,
I
a
don't-
neighbor's driveway.
Okay.
At no point in time were you just crouching down watching the fire?
No,
Okay. And we saw you weren't wearing a baseball cap, right?
no, I was not.
And so you get to the garage area, and now you see a small fire.
Correct.
And thank you. We could take the photo now. We see you and Winkowski are the only two that see the small fire at first?
Yes,
Or I guess, are you the only two that see the fire ever, because you then put it out?
he put it out, yes.
Okay. So, of course, you're not going to let the fire burn while you go get another officer to look at it. You're going to put it out.
Put it out, correct.
Okay. So, and you said you saw the garage door was like rising at that point?
Correct, yes.
Okay. And so you see the small fire, you tell Winkowski to hit it with the fire extinguisher?
Yes,
And then you notice a few other things in the area too.
yes,
Okay. And what you noticed was the gas can?
yes.
And it's a smaller gas can?
Yes, it's on the smaller side.
Okay. Do you know like exactly how big it is or no? And that's
I don't know how many gallons it was, no. I
Okay.
don't remember.
You just know, relatively speaking, it's smaller.
Correct, yes.
And did you notice it had a burnt nozzle?
Yes.
Did you say that? Okay. And then, in addition to that, did you see you saw the burn marks on one of the Porsche vehicles?
Yes,
Okay. And you also did you see gasoline splatter or anything like that?
I did not know.
No, okay. Did you see anything else in that area that I haven't mentioned?
No.
Okay. Now, once you saw these items, you told your sergeant on scene, right?
Yes.
Was that like the next step?
Yes.
Okay. And just to be clear, the sergeant is like your supervisor?
Yes, it
He
is.
ranks higher than you, so to speak?
Yes, he does.
Okay, so that's why you're reporting it to him?
Correct.
Because he's your supervisor. So you report it to Sergeant, is it Sergeant Malone?
Yes.
And then, at some point, you show it to him?
Yes.
Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. And when you show Sergeant Malone the items, you're showing it to him, why? Like, why is it important?
Because there shouldn't be a gas can located there.
It's suspicious.
It's suspicious,
That's
correct.
fair to say, right?
Yes.
So within the first 10 minutes or so, maybe 5 minutes or so that you're there, and this happened pretty quickly, right?
Correct.
Within the first, like, can we say first 5 minutes? Is that fair? Or am
Yeah,
I?
that's probably correct.
Within the first 5 minutes that you're there, you see this gas can right on the ground. You see the fire. You see the burn marks on the car, and it is suspicious.
Correct.
Now, at some point, relatively soon thereafter, Sergeant Malone directs a crime scene to be set up.
Yes.
Is that right?
That's correct, yes.
Okay. And what that means is, one of the things that Sergeant Malone does is he decides to set up crime scene tape, or have one of the officers set up crime scene tape.
Yes.
And that blocks off the area of where the gas can in the garage was, right?
That is correct, yes.
Okay. And the purpose of that is to make sure that the area is not disturbed.
Yes, correct.
And that's because there's potentially now evidence there.
Yes.
And in addition to the crime scene tape, was there like officers establishing a presence
Yes,
in that area?
there was.
And that just means, and tell me if I'm wrong, that there's multiple officers in the area of where it's taped off to kind of serve as like a second barrier to anyone potentially coming in and disturbing the scene.
Correct.
Okay. Just to protect the scene, basically.
Yes.
And so would you agree with me, or tell me if it's different, that the crime scene tape it started to happen at approximately 5:30 in the morning?
I would say yes, that was probably around that time.
Around that time. And is it fair to say that the reason that there's a little bit of a time gap, like because we said you found these suspicious items within 5 minutes, you wanted to inform your sergeant, and then about another maybe 20 minutes later or so, it becomes a crime scene. Is the reason that there's a little bit of a gap is because for a little bit, Sergeant Malone was more concerned about the big fire?
That is correct.
Okay. And in addition to, you testified about this on direct, in addition to the suspicious items that you found right in front of the garage area, you also found wet boot prints in the back shed area.
Correct.
Okay, so I want to talk about those if we can. I'm going to show the state some photos. No touching. Judge, may I approach with, I have some photographs that have been marked as, and I apologize, the numbers are not all consecutive. It's D1-40, D1-41, D1-80, D1-79, D1-20, D1-19, D1-29, rather, and D1-18, D1-17, and D1-16. May I approach?
Yes, you can.
All of the exhibit numbers, I'm just gonna go through these with you. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you D140. Is this a photograph of the shed?
That is not,
This is not. Is this? This is not the back of the shed? This is the
I'm sorry,
gate?
this is the back of the shed, I'm sorry. I thought this was showing me the front. No, this is the back.
Okay, this is the.
Because there's a window in the front.
Right.
Right, that's why, yes.
That's okay.
That's the
Because
rear.
this is Mr. Caneiro's house here, right?
Correct, yes.
And this is the gate, and then this is the shed?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to orient you. So we agree this is the back of the shed?
Yes, it is.
And we can see the back of the shed has stones?
Yes.
Now, this would be the front of the shed with, this is another photograph of the back of the shed, right?
Yes.
Can you tell us what you're looking at, sir?
Sorry, this is D141, and then D116 is kind of just a closer, it's a more zoomed in version of that,
Yes.
of the shed, of the
Yes,
back
it
of the
is.
shed. Okay, now, the there's two boot prints that you saw.
Correct.
Right, and one was on one of these pavers.
Yes, the one that has the white bucket on it.
That
most
was
likely
put on
where-
top.
Correct, try to preserve it.
And before it was put on top,
What slide was that you're looking at, sir? The one that you're talking about, the
this
pavers?
is D1-16. I'm going to publish them momentarily. I just wanted to make sure we're on the same page. And then D121, is this a photograph of that stone before the bucket was placed on it, like someone,
Yes.
or after,
It was
rather,
When
after?
it was removed, yes.
And the reason I'm correcting myself and saying after is because this is daylight.
Correct.
And at the time that you found the boot print, it was dark
was
out.
dark,
It was
correct.
very early. There was a second boot print, and it was it on the wood? Is this the
Yes.
second boot print?
Correct.
Is this a zoom in of that?
Yes,
Okay. So one was preserved, but one was not.
correct.
So I'm going to publish. I'm just going to publish D116. Okay, so I'm now publishing D1-16, and officer, you agreed that this was a photograph of the back of the shed,
That's correct.
right? And we can see the gate on the left-hand side,
Yes, it's part of the gate, yes.
and then like there's more gate on the right-hand side.
That is correct.
Okay, and what was under this paver stone was a wet boot print that you observed.
That's correct, yes.
Okay. In an effort to try and preserve the boot print, this white container was placed on top of it.
Yes,
And do you know who placed the white container on it?
I did.
You did. Where did you find the white container
I
from?
believe it was on the side of the back of the shed there.
Okay, so the container actually belonged to the property owner, to
Yes.
Mr. Caneiro?
Caneiro,
Okay,
yes.
and you took it to try to preserve the boot print. And then I'm gonna publish D121, which this is the daytime photograph of, once the bucket was lifted, this is what was left of there's no boot print left on the stone.
Correct.
Right? And we can kind of tell that, like, the other ones are a little bit wet, this one's dry because it had the bucket on it, but the boot print's gone.
Yes.
And the other boot print was this one on the in front of the shed somewhere.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's
On
on
the
like
wood.
a wooden ramp.
Yeah,
It's in the back of the shed.
and this one was like a smaller boot print, like this one's small.
Yes.
Okay, because this one was measured, right?
I'm assuming so.
Well, only if you know.
No, I don't
You
know.
don't-
I didn't process it.
Okay.
So I don't know.
So you're not sure?
I'm not
Okay,
sure.
that's fine. But, so you never measured this boot print,
I did not know.
and you never measured the boot print that was wet on the stone?
No.
Okay.
Ms. Salone, can you just tell us what that last picture was,
I'm
please?
sorry, this last one was D1-79. Okay. And just so we're, the rest of these photos that I showed you, they were just like different zoom in, zoom out versions of the ones we showed, right?
Yes.
Nothing different in these.
No.
Okay. So now is it fair to say, so the combination of like what you saw by the garage and the boot prints, these are things that are suspicious.
Correct. Yes.
And then you have a conversation with Mr. Caneiro. This is your second conversation with him if you include the very short initial one where you were just like, is everyone out? Are you okay?
Yes.
Right?
That's correct.
And so I'm going to turn to that. All right. So we saw the video of you having the conversation with Mr. Caneiro.
Yes.
Right? And the way the conversation starts is you ask them how they're doing, right?
Correct.
You ask them who lives in the residence. Is that right?
Yes.
They indicate to you it's the four of them,
Yes.
plus their two dogs.
Yes.
And those are the only people who were in the house, is what they indicate to you,
That is correct.
right? There's no other people that were in the house at the time.
No.
And you informed them that there was a fire over by the garage door.
Correct.
And you explain it's like a tiny fire by the garage door.
Very yes.
And you also say it's like the opposite side of where I was at when I got here. I was the first one around back. Do you remember saying that?
I must have said it. It's in there. Yeah.
Do you want to see a copy of the transcript of the video we saw? Or I can play the video. It's up to you.
Yeah. I would have
Sure.
to look at it again.
Okay. I'm gonna. Oh, do you have the transcript? Officer, I'm just going to approach you. It's been marked as S77. This is a transcript of the short, body-worn camera clip we saw
Okay.
from Officer Wenkowski. You see it has his name on it as the body-worn camera owner.
Correct.
There's a legend on here where CW is Wenkowski, KR is Patrolman Redmond.
Yes.
And then there's KC for and SC and PC for the Canaros.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm just going to direct your attention to this line here. And again, the video was played. You indicate, you're talking about the fire by the garage door, tiny fire. It's like on the opposite side of where it was at when I got here. I was the first one around back.
Yes.
Okay. And that's because you were, as far as you know, the first one around
First
back.
one, yeah, that was the first one there, yeah.
Okay. And that's why you saw the fire first.
Correct.
So at that point, you're making some small talk, is that fair?
Yes.
And then Mr. Paul Caneiro explains to you that he pulled the car out,
Yes.
right? And Susan, his wife, says the same thing. He pulled the car out. Okay, wait. Yes, she says the same thing. He pulled the car out,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
So both Paul and Susan say they pulled the car out. Did you understand that to mean the garage or something else?
Either, I honestly, I don't know. I don't know if it meant that he pulled it out of the driveway or the garage. I'm not sure.
Okay. Can we just put up S? Oh yeah, right. Okay. Would you agree with me, sir, that these two cars here are blocking this garage door?
No.
For a car to fit out of it?
You can get a car to fit out of that. Yes. There's plenty of room.
You're saying with this car here, you could pull a car out of
No, not the one that's open, but the one that's closed. You can definitely get a car.
Right, yeah, I'm
Yes,
sorry.
I'm
Let
sorry.
me be more clear.
I'm sorry.
Would you agree that these two cars here are blocking the left garage
Yes,
bay?
yes, it is.
Right. But the right garage bay there's plenty of room to pull a car out of that one.
Correct, yes.
Okay. So if Mr. Caneiro had pulled a car out of the garage, we would be referencing the right side.
Yes.
And the left side is where the fire was,
That is
correct?
correct, yes.
The corner, you can't see it in that photo because the car's blocking it.
Yes.
Okay. Now the next thing is you ask, where was the gas can?
Yes.
Okay. And when you say the gas can, you don't explain which gas can you're talking about, right?
No, I did not.
You're just saying the gas can?
Correct.
Okay. But in your mind, were you referencing the one you found?
Yes.
Okay. And so Mr. Caneiro's response is the gas can in my shed, right?
Correct.
And you say in your shed it is? And he says, yeah, I keep my gas cans in my shed. Okay?
Yes.
Is that right?
Correct.
So you never say to Mr. Caneiro, hey, we found a gas can right in front of your home. Do you have any idea why that's there?
No.
Okay. And you don't bring Mr. Caneiro to the area to show him, do you?
No, I do not.
Okay. So you were just asking about a gas can, and then you learned as a result that Mr. Caneiro typically keeps the gas cans in the shed.
That's correct.
You did not ascertain whether that specific gas can was or was not his.
That is correct.
And after that, you go to the shed.
Yes.
Is that right?
Correct.
And backing up actually, when you asked him about the gas can, the purpose of asking him that was to see if the gas can was his or someone else had planted it there.
It was to find out if it was his or someone else planted it. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
Okay, so you were wondering if he had left the gas can there or if someone else had planted
That
it there.
planted it, correct.
And, but he wouldn't, Mr. Caneiro, do you agree with me that Mr. Caneiro wouldn't be able to assist you with informing you whether it's his gas can or not if you never asked him, is this your gas can?
That's correct.
Okay. But when you did ask him, he had no idea what you were talking about, and he said, my gas cans are in the shed.
That is correct, yes.
Objection.
What's the objection now? It's a little late.
I can rephrase it, Judge.
No, you don't have to rephrase it. If they're late and he answers it, so be it. That's the answer.
Clearly, from the conversation, he didn't know which gas can you were referencing.
No,
It's not identified.
no,
So, you then go to the shed.
yes,
And when you go to the shed at first, you just peer in through the windows on the front of the shed,
yes,
and you do see that there are gas cans in there.
yes,
And eventually, you go back to the shed a second time, right?
that is correct.
And this time you're with Detective Brady.
Yes,
So Detective Brady had arrived on scene.
yes, he did.
And just to orient ourselves timeline-wise, you were on scene from approximately 5 a.m. to approximately 7 a.m.
Yes,
So 2 hours
Yes.
total. And that's because your shift ended at 7?
yes,
And so this would mean then that Detective Brady had gotten there before 7 a.m.
yes,
Now, Detective Brady is obviously a detective with your police department,
yes,
and you're a patrol officer.
correct.
So detectives are called out to the scene when there's, let's just say, more investigation. Is that fair to say?
Yes,
Okay. So Detective Brady responds within a 2-hour time period, and the two of you go to the shed, correct?
yes,
At this point in time, the two of you check to see if the shed is locked or not, and it's unlocked.
yes, the rear doors unlocked.
So you go back around. So did you check the front door
I believe
first?
we checked the front and it was locked.
And then you went around to the back.
Yes,
Also, again, just to orient ourselves, we now know that there's a door in the front of the shed and a door in the back of the shed.
yes,
And on one side, and if you need a photo to refresh your recollection, just let me know. But on the front side of the shed, right, it's facing into the backyard.
yes,
And the back side of the shed is like on the other side of the gate.
correct.
So in other words, if you wanted to get, because the gate goes all around the yard.
Yes,
And if you wanted to get from inside of the gate to outside of the gate, one option is to walk through the gate, right?
yes,
And we saw in that photo earlier that there's on both sides of the house, one being where the fire is and the other being closer to the garage, there's like a gate door.
correct.
So you could use that gate door to go in and out.
Yes,
But also, because the shed has 2 doors, potentially you could go in through one door and out the other and vice versa.
yes,
Okay. Now, the back door was unlocked.
correct.
Okay. So then you and Detective Brady go into Mr. Caneiro's shed,
Yes,
and you start looking to see if there's gas cans in there.
yes,
And do you recall that there were sort of 2 sets of gas cans?
yes.
Like there were 2, tell me if I'm wrong, 2 by the back door?
There should have been, they were pretty much lined up.
There were
Gas
3
cans.
lined up.
Correct.
Let me see if I can get it.
I don't know if you have a picture.
I think I do. If I just have a moment.
And looking at the jurors, I think it's a good time for a break. Continue the cross.
Officer, I'm going to first approach you with, I've shown these photographs to the state. I'm going to first approach with D1-30. Now, do we recognize this photo to be the front of the shed?
Yes,
Okay. And there's no wood in front of the shed, right?
no, there's not.
So both boot prints were in the back?
Correct.
Okay. And we can see in this photograph the gate on both sides, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna publish this one so that you can see. So, sir, you just indicated that this is the back of the shed.
That's the front of the shed.
I'm sorry, correct. This is
Correct.
the front of the shed.
Yes,
And there's the front door and the windows.
correct.
And this is what you had originally looked through.
Yes,
And by comparison, I'm just going to briefly show what's already been published as D-1-16. This was the back of the shed.
correct.
And we can see the gate on both sides, right?
Yes,
And similarly, when we look at the front of the shed, we can see the gate on both sides.
correct.
It's a little darker here, but you can see it, right?
Yes,
And so again, like you could go in, you could get in and out of the backyard through, there's like a gate entrance on this side, I think? Or is it? No, maybe it's this side, right?
I believe so.
Okay. And, or you could go from the front to the back door.
Correct.
Sir, do you actually remember where the gate is, or are you just guessing?
I'm assuming.
Don't assume, sir.
Okay.
Only testify to what you know, please.
Sir, I'll show you this photograph again. This is D-1-16, and this is the Caneiro home, right? This is where the garage area is?
Correct.
Because this is the back of the shed, right?
Yes.
And you had previously indicated you went through this gate when you were coming around the backyard into the, or was that a different gate actually?
was a different
That was a
gate.
different gate, okay. Do you recall that there's a door here?
No, not on the right side. It should be
Okay, that's fine.
on the left.
So, the front of the shed, and let me just ask you this, we talked about boot prints. Do you recall anything about a handprint on any doors?
No.
Okay. But you did go into the shed and you saw some gas cans.
Correct.
So I'm going to approach with what's been marked as D1-15, D-1-29, 1-28, 1-27, and 1-26. The state has no objection to these photos.
That's correct, Judge, there are photos.
Okay, sir, I'm going to first show you D1-15. Are these two gas cans that you recognize from inside of the shed?
I don't recall.
Let me show you this one first. This is D-128. Do you recall those photos?
Yes, I
So
do.
those are the ones you were referencing earlier.
Yes.
Right? Now, do you see like here these are like stacked chairs?
Correct.
Here's a better photo.
Yes.
You agree? And that's D-120. That's D1-27. Here's another photo where you can see it even better. D1-26. Right?
Correct.
Now, here in this photo, this is 1-15. You can see the other side of those chairs.
Yes.
And there's two more gas cans.
Correct.
Okay. So, in total, did you observe these 5 gas cans at the time?
Yes.
Because you were inside of the shed,
Yes,
right? Do you
yes.
think you would have missed these? Or you think you would have saw them at the time?
I don't recall.
You don't know.
No.
Okay. But you definitely saw these 3.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, let's start with these 3. So I will publish D1-27, and just so we're clear, I showed you a few different photos of pretty much the same thing.
Correct.
Just like slightly different angles.
Different angles. Yes.
Okay. So D1-27 is these are the 3 gas cans that you today recall seeing in the shed at the time.
Correct.
Right? And these are the ones that you testified about these earlier, right?
Yes.
That you noticed there's like these 3 gas cans, and then it looks like there's a space here,
Correct.
right? Okay. And did you ever measure this space?
No, I did not.
I'm just going to show D1-28, which is just a more zoomed in. You can see the gas cans, right?
Correct.
Okay. Now these are larger gas cans.
Yes, they are.
Fair to say. When I say larger, I mean relative to the smaller gas can that you saw on the front lawn,
Correct.
or I should say by the garage area.
Yeah, right.
Okay. These two. These are in. Now, because the size difference of the gas cans at the time was something, and when I say size difference, I mean the 3 larger gas cans compared to the 1 smaller one. That's something that you noticed at the time, right?
Yes, their sizes, yes.
And you even said, I don't know if that's even his. You said that to another officer when you were discussing these gas cans.
Correct.
And you were referencing the size difference.
Correct.
Like one did not look like the others type
Yes.
thing. Okay. And again, there's really no question at this point, right? Like by the time you leave, let's say at 7 a.m., there's no question that this is suspicious, right?
Correct.
That this could be an intentional fire.
Yes.
This could be arson.
Yes.
And this is something that officers, including yourself, this was a topic of discussion
Yes, it was.
while everyone was on the scene trying to investigate and deal with the fire and figure out what was happening.
Yes, it was.
Okay. And there's some comments that you made that are indicative of how this is suspicious. One of those comments was someone doused the area purposely. That's a comment you made to Officer Wenkowski, correct?
Correct.
Another comment was said to Officer Bones and Fire Marshal Flanagan. You said they doused the car with it, meaning gas.
Yes, correct.
Another comment is someone tried to douse the car, and that was made to Officer Marino.
Yes, probably.
Okay. Another comment was they put gasoline all over the car, and that was said to Officer Bones and Officer Malone, correct?
Correct.
You said to a firefighter, it's possibly arson. Do you
Yes.
recall that? Okay. And when you were speaking to another officer, specifically Wenkowski, about the second fire, because it was suspicious that there was 2 different fires in 2 totally different areas, you said that right there shows that it looks like someone started it, right?
Correct.
Okay. And at that point, if it was intentionally set, if it wasn't arson, another thing you said was, but who was his enemies? Do you recall saying that?
I don't recall, but I might have.
Okay. Do you want me to show you a transcript to refresh your recollection?
Sure.
Okay. We're almost done here. I'm going to approach what's been marked with D105 just to refresh your recollection. So this is D-105. This is a body-worn camera transcript of Sergeant Malone. Okay, and there's a legend here, so you can see that Patrolman Redmond. That's you.
Yes.
You're KR.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm going to direct your attention to page 16. And then you can just, you maybe read that page. You could go a little bit before, a little bit after for context if you need it. And at the bottom of the page is the part I'm referencing.
I see what you're referencing.
Okay, so in the context of this might be an arson, someone might have lit Mr. Caneiro's house on fire, you pose the question, but who is his enemies, right? Meaning, is there anyone who'd want to cause harm to Mr.
I'm sorry. If she talks, I have to respond if you don't mind. It was asked and answered, but I'll allow him to answer it again. Go ahead, just to be clear. Do you remember the question?
No, I don't.
In the context of discussing arson, you posed the question. In the context of discussing potential arson against Mr. Caneiro at his home, you posed the question, but who was his enemies? Meaning, like, who would want to cause harm to Mr. Caneiro? It's just an open-ended question
Correct.
that you asked, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you were talking to some other officers at the time,
Yeah, I was. Yes.
including Officer Bones. That's the JB.
Yes.
And it looks like a firefighter.
Yes.
Okay, we don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is,
Right.
no.
Okay. One last question. Well, one last topic, I should say. At some point, so we talked about, you only had 2 conversations with Mr. Caneiro, correct?
That's correct.
The first one was very brief. It was just, is everyone out of the house?
Yes.
Am I characterizing that correctly?
Correct.
The second one was a little bit more in depth. It was mainly, I guess, about the gas can.
Yes.
That was the purpose of the conversation?
Yes.
Okay. And did you never had a conversation with Mr. Caneiro about any injury on his hand, did you?
No.
Okay. But at some point, you do tell Fire Marshal Flanagan that Mr. Caneiro has a burn mark on his hand. Do you recall that?
I don't recall that.
Okay, I'm just going to show you one more thing to refresh your recollection. And I apologize, I just need one moment. So I'm just going to approach you with what's been marked as D103. This is another transcript of one of the body-worn cameras. It doesn't actually say it, but I believe this is Officer Marino because we can identify it by the number.
Okay.
This one also has a legend, right?
Yes, it does.
And on the legend, you're, again, KR. Okay. So I'm just going to direct your attention to page 28 of 36. One second. This is not the same. Do you have the transcript of 7?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay. So, I got it. I'm going to direct your, this is the same exhibit. I'm going to direct your attention to page 28. And if you want to look at the legend again, FMF is Fire Marshal Flanagan. Okay. And so this is a conversation. If you want to read it to yourself, I'm going to direct your attention to like this area here and specifically this line.
Okay.
Okay, so during the course of a conversation with Fire Marshal Flanagan, you tell Fire Marshal Flanagan that Mr. Caneiro has a burn mark on his hand.
Correct.
But you had no firsthand knowledge of that, correct?
I don't remember.
Like, well, you never saw Mr. Caneiro's hand or talked to him about it.
No, I knew he had an ice pack on it, and I was talking to other officers, but I don't remember what.
So at some point, maybe someone told you that, but you were relaying it to Fire Marshal Flanagan, but you testified before you never discussed Mr. Caneiro's hand injury with him, right?
That's correct.
Okay. And just to be clear, when you're talking about Mr. Caneiro, you referenced him as the father, right?
Correct, yes.
And that's because in the family of the Caneiros, Paul Caneiro is the father.
The father, yes.
Right? Okay. I don't have anything else. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Sir,
Correct.
so you were asked on cross-examination, the question, Mr. Caneiro would not know which gas can you were referring to if you didn't tell him. Do you recall that?
Yes,
And I think you said yes?
correct.
Okay, well, if Mr. Caneiro was in fact the person who left the gas can there, then wouldn't he know which gas can you were referring to?
Yes,
I have nothing further.
So, if Mr. Caneiro lit the fire, he would know which gas can you were referring to. That's what the prosecutor just said, and you said yes, right?
yes,
But Mr. Caneiro didn't know which gas can you were referring to because he said the gas cans, they're in my shed, correct?
Objection, speculation.
They opened that door, Judge.
Can I see both? Both of you?
During your discussion with him, we already know, because we talked about it, Mr. Caneiro did not know which gas can you were referencing. When you mentioned the gas can, he said, they're in my shed, correct? correct?
Correct.
Anything else?
No, Judge.
You can step down, sir.